Vidushekar. I will give a brief practical application research methodology which will be useful for management students, undergraduate students and postgraduate students when they go for their academic project in the fourth semester as well as in their final semester of degree. So this research methodology is an application research methodology which helps you to undertake the academic projects. What is research methodology? Research methodology is actually an approach to find the knowledge. Research is actually searching for knowledge in a scientific and a systematic way. It is an art of scientific innovation. So there is a science behind it, and science also in a systematic way of gathering knowledge. Research is an academic activity. It comprises defining the problem, redefining the problem, and coming to the conclusion. For that purpose, you will have to formulate a hypothesis, and the hypothesis formulation will be preceded by suggestions and solutions. For this, you will collect data, you will organize data, you will evaluate the data. On those data analysis, you will make deductions from the data, and you will make deductions and inductions based on the data which you have collected for analysis. And finally, testing the conclusions to check whether it fits the hypothesis also important. Even before starting the research, we will set the hypothesis, and after setting the hypothesis, we will go for collecting data, and we will analyze the data, and we will cross-check this data against the hypothesis, and we will either prove or disprove. So research is actually, many people are doing research in their own area. So actually research is giving some contribution to the original contribution to the existing stock of knowledge. The stock of knowledge is there. We are adding more and more input to that particular branch for the development of that particular academic branch. Okay, so research begins with enunciating a problem. Enunciating means finding out a problem in any organization or in a market, and followed by formulating a hypothesis, and we will collect the facts or data related with that. We will analyze the fact, and later we will reach conclusions for solutions for some theoretical formulation. Theoretical formulation is very important. And what are the main objectives of the research? Research is done with the very core objective in mind, because research involves expenses. So no one will do research for their just for the sake of doing research. There is a purpose for that, and let's see what are the objective of doing such research, either in social sciences, in medical sciences. First and the foremost thing of the objective is to get familiarized with a phenomenon or to get an insight. This is called either exploratory research or a formulatory research. Second objective is to draw accurately the characteristics of an individual or situation or a group of people, and that particular research objective is done with the descriptive research in mind. Third point, the third objective is to find the frequency with which something occurs or which is associated with something else. The frequency of occurrence also will be put under scanner, put under research. This is called diagnostic research. And the last one is the research objective, which we are doing, management people are doing, social scientists are doing. With a hypothesis, we will test a hypothesis which is already created before arriving at the data collection, and we will prove this hypothesis or disprove this hypothesis. So this particular method is called hypothesis testing. Research objective is hypothesis testing to find an answer to a question, answer to a problem. Now let's see what are the importance of research, where in all this particular research is used. As we all know, business, economics, trade, these three areas cannot survive without a valid research in the respective field, because incidents are happening every day. What was yesterday is not what is today, and what is today is probably may not be the tomorrow. So you cannot set your business activity, you cannot move your economic activities, you cannot set your trade based on the past data or past findings or analysis. You have to brush it up according to the environment, according to the business environment, according to the economic environment of the country, according to the trade environment of the country. And if it is an international trade, you have to look at the international trade environment as a whole. So this is the first and foremost importance of research. And in government policy formation, research is doing a very pivotal role, because as I have been telling students that in budget preparation of any government, either state government or a central government, even a panchayat, they are doing with some plan in advance. The budget is actually preparation of the cash inflow as well as cash outflow based on some of the assumptions. They are expecting some cash flow inside, and according to that cash inflow they will spend. So that can be done only by doing a clear-cut research. Mainly the research is focused on how can they get income. Income is based on expenditure, should be always based on the income received by an there is a confusion. Right. So they will be always doing research on the income part, incoming or cash inflow part, and they will do the research. And whereas for spending also, they will look at it, where do they want to spend the money. That also they will look on the spending side. So the revenue side and spending, income and expenditure, there are chances of doing research, and most of the government will go ahead only by analyzing, doing a research on that. So the importance of research comes in government policy decision making, and in social sciences and management sciences. Most of the people resort to research to find some solutions. And academic importance of research is actually for PhD. This PhD means philosophy, doctoral of philosophy in the respective branches of management. Even every branch of academics, the PhD is going on. So there also the importance is very crucial in research. And now we will go to the different types of research. What are the different types of research available? And we will position ourselves, where are we and what kind of research we want to continue. The first one is descriptive versus analytical. Descriptive research versus analytical. I have grouped it together. One is descriptive research versus analytical. That means they are not the same but opposite. But I have grouped it. And descriptive, actually, it is a fact-finding inquiry describing the state of affairs. What is there, or we call it as ex post facto research in social science. So descriptive is they are describing what is there in the environment. They will analyze and they will give it. This is the descriptive research. And to talk something more about descriptive research, we used to take the frequency of shopping, and the preference of people, their comparison, correlation, all those things comes under the descriptive thing. Whereas in analytical research uses Analytical research actually uses the facts and information already available and use it to analyze for decision making. The frequency will not be checked, or the correlation will not be checked, or comparison will not be done. They will go analyze and take. This is called analytical research. So this is just descriptive research is something thoughtful process, whereas analytical research is you can send someone else. There is no need to have an expert idea about the researcher, the data collectors to go when they approach an analytical type of research. So this is the first type, descriptive versus analytical. Descriptive will go and see what is why the frequency of shopping, what is the correlation, is there all these variables are related, something like that. Whereas analytical, they will just go record the data and come back. Even sometimes it can be a secondary data for analytical research. Whereas descriptive research, the researcher will go, or researcher's representative will go there and they will pick the data from the ground. Whereas this data may be used for analytical purpose, right? That is a difference. So on ground, actually descriptive. Whereas analytical, they can do it at home or in a classroom or in a laboratory because the data are already there. But poor people in descriptive, they go to the market, they collect the data, right? Next set of type is applied versus fundamental. Applied research and fundamental research. The name itself justifies what it stands for. Applied research is a research is done for an application. There should be some immediate use, immediate output from our research, and applied research is immediate answer to the problem, and fundamental research contribute to a generalization of the study, and it is actually developed on the basis of a model. We call it as mathematical model. Fundamental research are theoretical in approach, whereas applied research are practical in approach. That is the best definition which I can give. Practical. So management people, we focus on a practical application research, whereas philosophers, thinkers, they go for fundamental type of research. And PhDs are mostly on fundamental based research. They will analyze the application research and they will arrive at a fundamental decision making. It is called fundamental research. Another pair of research type is qualitative versus quantitative. Qualitative research, as you know, the motivation, human behavior, all those things cannot be quantified. So it is just an opinion and it can change also. So qualitative research, social science always go for qualitative research. Quantitative research is actually the numbers. Numbers always speak. So quantitative research will be with more clarity and you can take quick decision. But qualitative research is not like that easy. But you cannot escape from qualitative research. Most of our business studies are based on the qualitative research, the service quality, the customer behavior, consumer behavior, trade, financial behavior, all those things. It is actually a qualitative thing, and researchers are trying to convert into some meaningful output using the data collected through qualitative method. That is what we are also doing. Qualitative data analysis will result in some strong decision making point. So qualitative research research can go right and it can go wrong also. But as far as possible, if you are able to draw data or these qualitative data on based on the strong sample selection, the pure sample selection, the chances are 100, not 100%, 99%. Right. Now, another type of research is conceptual research and empirical research. Here again, conceptual research are actually desk research. They will sit in desk and they will do the reading. They will read, they will record, they will collect data from periodicals, journals and all, and they will use their experiences to write a research report, we call it as conceptual research. And these conceptual research people may refer some of the empirical research also. So what is empirical research? Empirical research are researches which is done by collecting data from the ground. So here in empirical research method, people will go to the market. People will go and talk to the consumers. They will interact with them, and they will take the data, collect. They will collect data from those people, and they empirically analyze the data, and then only they will tell the results of that. So this is the broad area of empirical one and conceptual one. Conceptual one, through experience, they will write a report, a research report, whereas empirical is on the basis of data collection. Right. Here, management students are supposed to undertake empirical research by framing a questionnaire. You have to go to the market, take the primary data from the market, analyze those data, and that will give you an empirical research output. Okay, there are other research type also, which include field setting research, laboratory research, simulation research, clinical research, diagnostic research, conclusive research, and decision-making research. These are general categories. But broadly, as I said in the beginning, that categories will help you to go ahead. So our space is on the either on the conceptual. If you are writing some of the articles in a journal, international journal, either it can be a conceptual type or it can be on empirical basis based on the data collection. Empirical analysis, empirical research analysis will take time because you have to go to the market to identify the population and choose the samples, best sample from that, and then analyze. So it can take time. That's why most of the academic institutions are giving either 2 months or 1 month or even 6 months to do this empirical research. You have to go there, observe it, and collect the data. Whereas in conceptual research, you can sit at home. If you get 2 weeks continuously, and if they are giving you access to many of the internationally recognized journals, you can read it, you can analyze in your mind itself, and then write a research report. Okay, so both are applicable, but students are supposed to do an empirical research as and when they grow through their empirical research experiences, they can shift into conceptual research because their valid experience will give very good output even in conceptual research.